This is Australia's Murray-Darling Basin. Sometimes it takes a catastrophic visual cue to help people sit up and realise something is wrong. This is especially true in nature. And for the case of the great rivers of the Murray-Darling Basin, these cues have been coming for over a century. It was here at Lake Alexandrina, at the mouth of the River Murray near Adelaide, where what's thought to be the world's first large-scale outbreak of blue-green algae occurred in 1878. What we now know is that this region, which also includes the wildlife-rich Coorong Lagoon, is a key indicator for the health of the Murray-Darling Basin. But it wasn't until 1991, when the toxic algae bloomed on a 1,000-kilometre stretch of the Darling River in northern New South Wales, that the alarm was sounded. The 1991 bloom was an environmental disaster, choking the river, making the water unsafe for animals and humans to drink, and killing livestock, including an estimated 1,600 sheep. In the decades since, repeated outbreaks of blue-green algae, or cyanobacteria, have plagued the Murray-Darling Basin. In 2016, amid the Murray's fourth severe bloom in a decade, environmental scientists were asking, is this the new normal for Australia's major rivers? What's causing these toxic algal blooms? Are they natural and unavoidable, or the unwanted result of human intervention in our waterways? And if they are a symptom of a sick river system, what else is going on? In this chapter of our series on the Murray-Darling Basin, we'll take a look at the challenges to the basin's health, both natural and man-made, and the warning signs which finally spurred action into protecting this precious resource for future generations. The Murray-Darling Basin is a natural wonder. 1 million square kilometres of rich riverine ecologies. Just like its climates, the landscapes of the basin are varied, with semi-arid deserts in the west, subtropical rainforests in the north, and alpine meadows and snowfields in the south. The basin includes 30,000 wetlands, 16 of them internationally recognised and protected, like the Coorong. And its habitats support an incredible diversity of creatures, including more than 120 waterbird species and more than 50 species of native fish. Now, this particular river system comes with inherent natural challenges. For starters, it's about the size and shape of the place. As we noted in Chapter 1 of this series, the Murray-Darling Basin is less like a bowl and more like a dinner plate, with a high rim on one side, in the east. This general flatness means the waterways mostly flow slowly, meandering across the vast floodplains of the interior. Along the way, water soaks into the land, and a lot of water evaporates, especially in the drier regions. In addition, some of the basin's waterways are naturally ephemeral. They come and go depending on rain, or, in the southern basin, snowmelt. Now let's add our variable climate. The weather patterns Dorothea Mackellar described in her poem My Country are particularly characteristic of the northern basin, which experiences boom and bust cycles of drought and flooding rains. Actually, in many areas, flooding is needed so that floodplain ecosystems receive water. Floodwater also washes nutrients into the rivers, giving a boost to the environment after a long drought. Over millennia, the ecology of the basin has adapted to these cycles. First Nations have cared for the waterways and habitats and worked with the natural fluctuation of water availability. However, a changing climate has started to disturb this pattern, disrupt natural flows, and exacerbate the effects of drought. The results include salinity, erosion, and a reduction in nutrient recycling, water quality, and replenishment of soils. We're seeing a reduction in native bird and fish populations, and the endangerment of more than 30 species. Scientists predict more of the same as the climate warms, leading to higher temperatures, less rainfall, more extreme storms, and longer and more frequent droughts in the basin. Back in the summer of 1991, when the Darling River set a record for the world's longest toxic blue-green algae bloom, farmer and poet Eric Rolls described this flaring green ribbon as a distress signal. The river system was unwell. Blue-green algae grows and thrives in still or slow-moving water, on hot sunny days, and when there are elevated levels of nutrients, especially nitrogen and phosphorus. Sources for these nutrients include agriculture, sewage, and stormwater. The outbreaks have continued well into the 21st century. A 2023 La Trobe University report for the Murray-Darling Basin Authority found that yes, one of the contributing factors was the warming climate, and that the incidence of blooms was likely to increase across many sites. But there was another major cause. Basin blue-green algae trends are likely attributable, the report said, to changes in land and water management practices under a general warming trend. Across the basin, the problem is not just water quality, but quantity. It is now widely accepted that the reduced availability of water for the environment and changes to the natural flow of rivers, both the result of human interventions, has made the basin sick. Too much water has been removed from its rivers, wetlands and floodplains, resulting in long-term environmental decline. As we'll find in the next chapter, this situation was 100 years in the making. From rapid growth of urban centres and industry to the spread of irrigation and the great nation-building projects which harnessed our waterways, the 20th century brought great progress and also put great pressure on our environment.